rely on some individuals. If they come online, I think we could be talking a pretty different story. Obviously, looking at a guy like Beanox to have some impact, but in addition to that, right? I think you gotta lean on somebody like Taggy, because for me, Frizzy, I think, has been a good piece of firepower for this team, but now moving into the leadership role, how much has he been taken away from being able to focus on that to now being, calling the shots? That's always a question mark when you get a guy that wasn't, IGLing and then into the seat. That's a very hot seat to be in.
Warmer, headed here towards B. That's where they are going to be set to go. The smoke, I think, a little bit awkward off the set. Rough getting out of this cave. Boss, they could probably run right through. Be as brutal as they were through B apartments at the start of that mirage, but they're going to be at least waiting to set themselves in. Wing, and just for one, it's going to be 3. The hands shorn towards B there. Frizzy going to be going right in. There's Wolf going to be ripped out of that. Freshy is going to be hearing a whole lot of business conducted, but they've been waiting for one thing, that Slight to come around the world, and in time it'll be. Oh, what a shot!
Yeah, that's incredible for Freshy. A little bit more. Bagel investigating, but Slight patient as ever. Not going to overstep. Now they can re-step towards the A-bomb site with the cutoff for Slight as Freshy gets the numbers punched in. It's such a incredible recovery. Where will
Tagging
that
with a
lead?
kid on his back. You at least got that going for him, Vincent. Pick up where you put down the storyline. This is Taggy that's going to have to call right onto his second map. Has to set out his piece. That's smoke onto the bomb, which is going to really just let Slight in to try and just get right over. Taggy spotted other side of that smoke. Going to be tapping onto that bomb a matter of time. And Freshy just puts a pin in that needle of Chicken Coop's rotation onto the catwalk and then sews it all the way through onto the day site. It's Boss that take the first round on Ancient.
Yeah, and I think that this is where, Stab we talked about a lot, but he actually does a lot of great work here with regard to moving his pieces correctly. That's a round where Chicken Coop actually had the setup on B. They had a really nasty smoke out in front of those ramp players, and once the smoke starts to fade, they look to re-clear ramp. They're really active in trying to take space and find and understand where Boss are located, but that's where Snap does some of his best work, able to even work from those more difficult positions, and Freshy picking up a whole lot of value out of his position in Jaguar.
What am I looking at here? Dude, that's Fruit Cup's favorite bit, is buying the gun and then returning it. He did it with the M249 last map. Yeah, maybe a little early to pull out the PP Bizzoni.
I've learned, Mark, over my time.
Please.
Don't get baited by the fake gun buy. It's a classic. It's new here, like in CS, but
it's new here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, we know where this guy's been before this broadcast, but no need to line that out, because I think these Galils are going to do just that. And, as soon as you get your head up from your wristwatch, you're going to see 4 bodies, and maybe a 5th of Chicken Coop to hit the floor. Not terrible, actually. You get Freshy and Slight out of that. So I think compared to a couple of the ecos they had onto Mirage, you're going to be back to standard and back to their first gun round. Let's see how they swing in confidently.
Yeah, honestly, lovely comparative to Mirage. So you'll take that. You'll, in fact, quite enjoy that if you're Chicken Coop. All right, what's the game plan, right? CT side on Ancient. You have to make some hard decisions in this first gun round. Where do you want to put the most of your pieces? Usually that's going to be mid. And that is 2 players aggressive in that direction to start off with. They're going to leave the A-bomb site open. So that decision made. And it's A that Boss set their sights up on.
I mean, I can just, hear Snab's evil laugh, right? Sending your team in on the first gun round to, potentially squeeze into A. It looks a little more heavier at the start of this thing, but you're going to weigh up as this round goes on. Maybe I'll throw that out the window entirely. They're taking this timing. It's tagging on the A4 that's going to go for 1, and he's screaming. There's a bomb on the back of this man, and a second headshot. He is an absolute demon. The bomb is down here on this B site, and they can just clip this thing out, even with the man advantage, over to Chicken Coop. Let's see them give this thing a nice rock, Vincent.
I mean, Fruit Cup did so much incredible work there, getting a double. That's a two-man setup in Donut that gets removed just by Fruit Cup alone. Now it's Wolf, who's got to do some more heavy lifting on behalf of Boss. Oh, no. They've timed themselves out. They don't have a kit. The bomb halfway ticked. That's tragic. Chicken Coop have a 3-on-2 here, but the smoke's so deep, they don't even allow them a chance. Absolutely devastating.
That is going to be a super hard pill to swallow. I mean, the beginning of a game like this, just when you need a gracious attempt, I mean, you've earned it. You did kind of bully down a little bit of the economy in the next round like this. You know, I guess we can add up the 3 bodies that, you know, you put up to Boss right now, but I mean, how many times did you see, even once, I'm trying to think, Vincent, I mean, Chicken Coop get an opportunity like that? I mean, you're going to be furious not getting to attempt that retake. And, I mean, there, you have to question the risk management. Obviously, their positioning was, you know, the main crux, but a missed opportunity. We are off onto round 4 now, and, I mean, we'll see if they get another one of those. That's the whole line.
Oh, man, and it's out, and it's Swift here for Wolf.
What?
It's absolutely devastating in no way. Oh,
Dude.
Enox is swinging through smoke, hoping that he can recover what's been gone, but, I mean, there's just nothing to recover.
Oh, okay, he finally gets caught up there with the end. Wolf put back in his cage for now. Fruit Cup lining this up in the middle, and one of the most ridiculous dynamic starts out of the MAC-10. The whip over to the positioning cubby is just, it's despicable from Wolf, and I really got to put that where it is due. A lot of the credit deserved to that side, but I'm at a little bit of a loss, Vincent. You're sitting at this point. This may be Boss just thriving at one of their, I'm not going to say at their best tonight, but I don't see a part of Boss that's not operating at a high standard. That is what I'm scared about.
It's a team, and, you know, we talked about Slight and how momentum really is such an important thing that he can build off of, but I think Snav is in the same boat. You know, momentum-based calling on this map is so effective, and,
oh, yeah.
You know, Snav doing a lot of that right there. Gets Wolf into a prime position, and, yeah, I mean, shouldn't be able to get 2 there, but good flashbangs make it very easy in comparison to what it could have been otherwise. Chicken Coop, bounce back attempt. Frizzy gets into Jaguar, but the double up might be useful. This might be the ticket, but so prepared. Get some bald Snav. Are you serious? Come on.
It's anything they can try against this guy. He just absolutely smashes that out. You know, in round 5, it's, you know, a bit of the, you know, numbered pull to this B hit that's late into the round, right? I mean, if you're talking about this guy, like, serving up these hits that are going to be following the momentum, right? It's like you had the jab and the uppercut in round 3 and 4, right? You went immediately dishing into that A side. You get those kills. It's a double out of Fruit Cup, and then the uppercut comes from Wolf's MAC-10 in this last round, and I got to be wondering how bloody you are going to be walking to the corner of the ring after a standout like this, but all they can hope to really rely on is that they're going to be able to get these guns out. Beanox now going to be challenged for it, but I think that's the only one that's going to be coming across. Boss still perfect. 2 rounds in a row, 2 maps in a row, rather. 5-0 starts.
I mean, it's that jab uppercut combo that you're talking about that causes Chicken Coop to stagger, right? Stagger back and put all their eggs in that one basket of double aggression on the smoke fade inside of Jaguar, and then Snav is there to slap him back down. To be honest with you, it's not pretty. Not pretty to look at whatsoever if you're a fan of Chicken Coop at the very least. But Boss, currently calling a great game, currently playing a great game, getting all of their firepower that we talked about on Mirage into the right position at the moment. Tac timeout, though, used. That is the first of these 3 that Chicken Coop have at their disposal. Honestly, though, I don't think it's a tactical deficit at this current juncture. Definitely things they can adjust, but Boss have been making very little in form of mistakes and then hitting the shots as well.
And I mean, you know, you can touch on the obviously the replacement in for Darty, right? Wolf into this roster. Unfortunately, Darty does see himself out of that getting info team, you know, excited to see where, you know, he's going to be donning next. But I mean, that's why it's been so difficult to really imagine this thing turning down. You just know that the level's a little bit different. Here's the splash in. Oh, just so damning. Gotta run back. You are just being chased by the herd, and the smoke is down. You thought this A site was open. Well, now it's on lock. You shut the door out towards Donut. And, you know, they do have a kit this time. How are they even going to get on that rhyme to get back within it? Oh, Taggy finds a kill like this, and it would be a start, but they find their feet out towards middle. And it seems like they're securing an escape path. They'll Taggy with another frag.
Yeah, that's a little bit more concerning. Now there's a way back in here.
This is a good spot.
Pressure on to Freshie, though he's escaped. That is a little bit concerning.
Oh,
and it's the supportive element of the AWP. Freshie grabs it back, and now Taggy versus 3, cut to 2, and the HP very low. There's the first. It's not quite on target, and time is the factor that will beat everyone eventually, and it's beat Taggy here. Ace denial as he runs for the hills.
I mean, a great individual effort from him. He gets the 4K up on the board. 2 of those kills, right? To even have an effort into that round. It was 2, right? Just gauging through that smoke at the beginning of it. Taggy putting up a nice individual effort for this squad. But a guy that I would like to see get involved, you know, maybe a guy that feels a lot of pressure on a squad like this, the youngest member of Chicken Coop, Bagel, right? I mean, we talk about maybe some of these shifts of a roster you didn't see to go. He was a guy that didn't have his job guaranteed. Now he needs to step up on this second map. A very big fish in this pond, sitting through middle, but right here it's Frizzy to just swim through this wave onto B, but oh goodness me, Chicken Coop, they may have just drowned up in it.
Unfortunately, I don't think you can fly away, at least not these chickens. That's for sure. But maybe they want to. Maybe they would rather. Taggy wondering where the rest of his team has gone. You know, a minute 20 and the round is done. Taggy's in a 1v5. That's honestly a mental break point for a lot of people. Taggy's got to stay strong throughout. Escape is the name of the game. He's got the full kit of utility. And the AK-47.
And this is rude. I mean, I respect how he wants to hang around. I think needs to pull over a little bit of dignity for this lineup. If you can do that, trying to really just send an intimidating line on these. I don't think through any imagination you call the winning battle, though, right? They may just catch up with them in time. Fruit Cup quite literally flashed in, and Taggy good for it eventually. He may end up getting lay into away, but for the effort that it took, I'm not sure if that's, like I said, even coming on the top for a guy like this. No, it's Slight. Taggy does get popped up there. Slight doesn't give him the full look. That's a little bit crazy on our X-ray and with our radar.
Yeah, I mean, Slight just wants to make sure he doesn't go down to a very powerful bomb on this map. Understandable. And genuinely, like, Boss probably not in the most most perfect or comfortable economic straits, considering their economy. It looks a lot better now, but they could certainly afford to go for those fights. Taggy, though, that's an absolutely stunning save, considering how much was up against him. Talk about stacking the deck or the odds. They were stacked quite high in opposition for him.
Little Beer taking that Frizzy-like opening, and it's right after Frizzy goes down to that same path. So, one more to walk in that yellow brick road. It's B-Nox that is in that same course. Nade going right towards his ankles. Unfortunately, he'll just be feeling that pain up the way up, the suffering of Chicken Coop. It's about to be relieved if Bagel can have a pop-off play here. The multi-frag will have to be stopped up. He's bought more time for a B-slight like this. Then maybe Taggy whose hand is in turn. It's literally his play. The bomb is going to be serving. Could have been looked over towards middle. Taggy may try and get over towards B in the way. But Vincent, is there even time?
I mean, well, that depends on who you are. Plenty of time for Boss. They can sit and wait this out. I mean, Chicken Coop have arrived on the scene. Taggy will get there, but it's just a numbers game, right? Like Counter-Strike, as much as, you know, you can put yourself in good positions, once you get that advantage, what Slight so wonderfully provided for Boss, a good team will take advantage of it. And Boss, I mean, the previous iteration of this roster, I think one of the best of closing those in North America, to be honest with you. And I was concerned that that might stop with Snav taking the helm, but it hasn't. And I'm really impressed with that part of it because, speaking back to like Snav's time, on Elevate, on Timmerman, I think that that's something they would end up doing more often than I would have liked to see was, having an advantage and then it being thrown away to a certain extent by getting too overzealous, right? But Boss as an organization, they've been good at not doing that, and Snav on this team has continued that.
And obviously, for the back end of that Boss development, right, we saw them in Kansas City led by Warden, took a brief couple of moments off the squad, came back to begin. I believe it's Striker on that other side, a Chicken Coop coach that similarly has worn some jerseys and recently in NA. Got to get a word in, and I mean, maybe for one side it's rather positive and negative for another, right? Ooh, maybe a little bit awkward up the stretch here to begin. Good with the nades here, and you're bouncing them off that cave position, so flash in, and it's Wolf to try and really shimmy his way into middle, but nothing for free, nothing all to begin. It's the, what? Oh no! P-Nox gonna be finding Slight sleeping at the wheel, but I think they're just gonna be cleaning up right now. Fruit Cup about to make contact out from this flash, and he's got this kill. Bagel, 1 versus 2, and he's right on time.
And that's tragic for Little Beer because that really gives away the whole gambit that he's trying to go for. That self flash can be really effective, but if you see it coming, it's very, very obvious what's happening. And we saw Fruit Cup handle that with ease. So even though things go wrong initially there, Slight caught asleep at the wheel for a moment, but recovery just fine. Thought Chicken Coop's 3-man setup at mid would have been effective. Guess not. Boss, keep it flawless on Ancient thus far. And they're going up against Chicken Coop's lesser buy this time.
Oh, not the max head again by Wolf. And it's just such an intimidating sight. Flashing, you may have got the contact in there by tagging. Now, certainly so. 1 for 1 is going to be done. A sight now going to be right up to begin. Maybe even a rifle to make this thing a little bit spicy. So hold on. It's the half-eye into this entirely. It's 2v2. This needs to be let in. You need to answer the call in for 1 round to, get this ball rolling on Ancient.
Bomb's just now being grabbed. The timer hasn't even started on this retake. Frizzy creeping up. And Little Beer, as you said, guns recovered. And Little Beer on low HP. Lots of utility, too, for Chicken Coop. Smoke, Molly, and oh, this is so smart, though, from Wolf. Understands that if they're not making contact there, they've got to be moving the other way. And oh, it's so brilliant. Wolf has won this round. He's just got to execute.
Max head out. He even lines up Frizzy. Seemingly, he's waiting his chance. Wolf with the trigger discipline. There's no way. The double knife. The double knife. Oh, he's here with the blade. That is unbelievable. Fruit Cup rounding this corner 1v1. This shouldn't be too crazy, but you put it back. All of the worry gone in a round like that. Michael Myers stabs in through CT, and what a ridiculous course of events that you have here in Challenger League tonight.
Well, when you're up 9-0, you can take risks like that. Wolf goes knife mode, decides, you know what? If I don't got it, Fruit Cup does. And, hell, we see exactly why he puts that faith in the young gun. Fruit Cup can do it. Shows it off there in the clutch. A little bag as well at the end.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just for fun.
Is it the money or the disrespect that's more important to a guy like Wolf, I wonder? At this point,
well,
hey man, they've been shooting bodies up the Wavens, and they want to intimidate. They want to embarrass Chicken Coop tonight. 10-0, and actions like that will go ahead and support a theory like this. A quick A play that is canceled. They're going to have to go ahead and reset.
As much as you're kidding with that question, I genuinely do think, though, that against these teams with so much less experience than these boss players, I do think that, tilt becomes a real thing.
Definitely.
When you're getting beat like this. And then, a knife comes out and it becomes even more real.
Ooh, Little Beer. 1 and a good bit of damage that. Oh, you're holding a fine line to begin. Frizzy now has to just rise to the tide on this ramp. Just for 1 on it. P-Nox immediately traded Bagel out in the 1v3. Just set that up for a 1v2 a moment ago. But locked out even further this time. Fruit Cup in Co are going to be putting the latches on it. Fruit Cup even holds the AWP. See how he feels about it.
Bagel's saving. He can't be going for this. Like he's already decided to save. It just, I don't know. It just feels so defeated for Chicken Coop. He doesn't have a kit, so on the one hand, understandable. But if that's the case,
good.
why even start moving forward?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. 11-0.
Whenever you do follow this, Chicken Coop story, right? It goes back to, I'll name a couple different organizations here. They, started as that like frizzy red man lineup that they had over there on After Hours. You remember that, Vincent?
Yes,
then they,
yep.
Eventually pick up Little Beer. Little Beer then returns home to his organization of Wannagoons, right? They don that jersey predominantly throughout that playoff series that you did have in the previous season. Obviously, we spoke about the change up of Supa. You've had a couple different names in here, but right, you even bring up Frizzy being in this thing. I'm not sure he had too much IGL experience before his time on After Hours, but the pressure was there and they did succeed.
Yeah, it's true. And then didn't have to take on that heavy role. Previously now asked to step up once again. Beanox, great
place.
timing. Yeah, phenomenal. I would agree. Fruit Cup handles the business. That one snapped through the smoke as well. Little Beer just showing a touch too much. A lot of damage though. MP9s can still be very effective even at range.
This range, just trying to really get in and change it. Oh no, no ammo on that FAMAS. You know that this round 12 is going to be a very, very good leg for you to stand on. Vincent, they don't want to get 13-0'd on Ancient. They went into that second half. They stole that pistol. I want less pressure on their backs. They wanted to. Because I can feel it in the green room. Like, this casting booth is almost right where we are. And I gotta say that the chokehold is about to come down one last time with that frag in from Wolf, who's on the AWP. Not sure how often we actually get to illustrate that, but how many times have I illustrated Snav coming in with the backstab right there? It is flawless. It is perfect in from Boss. 12-0 half that they get over on Chicken Coop. This is Ancient, Vincent, and we have a clear winner here so far.
A couple dollars in my pocket, never stopped the boy before. I load my bags and hit the road.
And we welcome you back to our B stream game of the night. We got Boss taking on Chicken Coop, and this is our second map. Has been going all too well for Chicken Coop, and now you got to respond. You got to look over at the meter. Look at the lifeline, Vincent. They want to keep it alive. They want to go here and grab one in this Ancient. Can they go ahead and do it again and take that second half pistol?
Well, it's going to be up to Freshie. There's one smoke here for Chicken Coop, and it's, I think, going to go towards Donut more than likely. So Freshie, I don't think will be tested. Molotov goes through. It is actually a CT smoke, but it swings before it blooms. So Freshie gets one, and Taggy has to watch from the sideline. He has more kills than the rest of the team combined, and it's a tragedy that he's the one to lose out.
Oh, Frizzy walks up, executes Slight. At least they're going to get Postman for it. But now you smoke it all the way in. That's Snab with the kit in smoke. It's going to be dropped. B-Nox with a double. This is exactly the play they need. But Wolf just hiking into action. Late to go. They're awfully worried about something sneaking in. They do get the contact. And now Wolf, he's hopped onto the bomb. Wolf, he's going to try and go down into the fuse.
No!
And a fuse for 13, though. Boss, they get it done convincingly over the Chicken Coop tonight. Devastation on Ancient.
Oh, 13-3 Mirage, and then it's the 13-0 to cap it up with a 1v3 ninja defuse inside the smoke. Oh my